This is going to be a little bit different than the normal thing. We're working on a car today. I went through yesterday and replaced the coil packs and the boots for the spark plugs. And on number 1 and number 4 cylinders, had noticed there was a tremendous amount of oil pooling up on top of those spark plugs. It wasn't really awesome. Most vehicles should not be equipped with self-lubricating spark plugs. And I was going to replace the valve cover gasket, but I couldn't find oil seals for the spark plugs. Or let me rephrase, the top of the tubes that the spark plugs go into. I did, however, find a new valve cover. So today, we're going to do that. This motor's still a little warm, so we might discover that we need to wait a little bit longer for this to cool down. But we're going to start by removing all of the wires for the coils. It's not terribly cold out right now. I did these coils and plugs yesterday and lost the feeling in my phalanges because it was very, very cold. It's still a little warm. Motor is still a little warm, but not crazy. I had about a 35-40 minutes for this to cool off. But we're going to start by taking out these coil packs. And I will try not to kick this motor cover and scatter the screws around again. That was not awesome, trying to find screws in the dirt here. Yeah, that's got a little oil in it. Not much. This one, number 4, was the worst. Yeah. A little bit of oil ingress. Ugh, gross. Yeah. Yuck. Either way, I'm going to pop these all back out. I have fresh dielectric grease I'm going to hit these up with when we put them back together too. Yeah. Yeah, cylinder 2 and 3 are good. No leaks there, but 1 and 4, yeah, it was not good. Let me, I'll swing you guys over. Maybe you can see in here a little bit better if I move the camera. Really not a great angle, but the spark plugs go down in through this sleeve, this tube, and around the edge of the tube is supposed to be a seal. And on cylinders 1 and 4, these seals are shot. But let's take a look at what we need to do in order to get this valve cover out. We've got a hose here. We've got a PCV back there. And we've got this little bit of wire harness that clips in here. Other than that, it's going to be, I think, 10 millimeter screws around the perimeter. And this whole thing will just come right out. Let's go ahead and take a look at the new unit. This is a Dorman part. It's a direct replacement for this, and all of the bolt holes line up. All of the ports line up. Hoses line up. Little bracket for the wire harness. So we have the right part. If we look in one of these holes for the spark plug tubes, this rubber is really what I was after, but I couldn't find a part for that. So what I ended up doing is I just bought the whole valve cover assembly with a gasket. One of the other things that I decided to do was I'm going to pull out the rubber Dorman gasket, and I'm going to sub it for a Felpro, like a blue silicone gasket. It's blue, so you know it's good, right? Or more better. I don't know. I'm not an automotive technician. But I think if this has any trouble with this gasket sticking in the housing, what I could do is put maybe a little bit of dielectric under the bottom to help hold it in place so it doesn't shift while I'm installing it. But this is looking pretty good so far. Nice. So we've got that set up. We're going to set that aside. And then we're going to let's do 10 millimeters all around there. We have a tab here that needs to come out. So this is good. Let me go grab some more tools. I'm going to try to unclip the retainer here for the wire harness. I might be able to do this, I might not. May have to do it off of the motor. There we go. That's out. Okay. It should be good enough to get us access to some of the bolts that are hiding back there. I don't know. Yeah, no, we can do this. Might need a bigger set of pliers. Maybe not. No, that works. Ooh, this hose is quite brittle. Not bad, but definitely a little bit stiff. I don't see any other hoses other than that PCV that needs to come out, but that PCV is hidden back here, and we may have to remove that after we take the valve cover off. I don't know why I have all of these extensions. I also grabbed the wrong size socket. This is a 13, I need a 10. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, now that I have the appropriate sized socket, we're just gonna take all these out, remove all of these screws. I believe they are all the same, but if there are any differences, I will put the different ones in a different pile and make a note. So far, these are all looking the same. Could I have whipped out the power ratchet and imitated other people on the internet? Yes. But I don't really feel the need for that. We can work just as effectively without fancy power tools. Don't get me wrong, I have them and they're great for certain things. But something like this, doesn't really matter. Okay, we're getting there. The hard part with this is it involves hunching over in a very specific way that makes my back hurt quite a lot, which is why I'm thankful I'm not an automotive mechanic. If I were leaning over engine bays all day long, I would not survive. Pinsetters, it's a whole different story because you're climbing up and down and crouching and all sorts of things. But yeah, motors, hunching over like this, I can't do it anymore. Not like on a full-time basis. But we're nearly there. Couple more screws to come out. One more right here. And I think that's it. I don't see anything else. But I don't know. I've never done this before, so might be a little surprised. I mean, it all seems nice and easy. But we don't know what we don't know. And the only way to know what we don't know is to go through the process and learn what we don't know. Wow, that was like really deep. Okay. Valve cover's off. At this point, I'm going to try and squeeze the little hose clamp back there and see if I can remove that hose. Or if we're going to have to come up with something else. This is working. It's working. Yeah. Alright. Maybe come up with something else. We need to make a little more room here. So let's take this off. Our wire harness mounting. One there. And I believe one more right here. I don't see any hidden screws, but that doesn't mean they're there. Because they're, you know, hidden. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. You don't need a lot of room. Just enough to squeeze it out. My back is starting to become on fire. This'll work. There we go. PCV hose is almost all the way off. Oh boy. Well, what did I do? It looks like it's the hose clamp's far enough away. Just friction. Adhesion. Well, I don't have any shop rags handy either. There we go. Just pop it off. Good. Now, let's make sure we don't have any debris in here. Contamination. Not good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys want to look, but whoa. The seals in here are like absolutely destroyed. Yeah. The only other thing, we're gonna have to take off the PCV here. So I need to go grab another wrench for that. But I'll pop that out, put it in the new one, and then the new valve cover's going back in. So we have removed our PCV, positive crankcase ventilation valve, from the old unit. We're going to thread it on here. Doesn't have to be very tight. This is a 15/16 wrench is what I'm using. So the spec for tightening that PCV is printed on top of the unit. And it says 2 to 3 Newton meters. I do not have a torque wrench that goes down that low, but I kind of did it by feel. It looked okay. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna wipe down our gasket surface here. Get all the dirt and debris out of there, and get it ready for our new gasket and valve cover. This all looks pretty good. Just a little bit of dirt on the edges. I mean, this motor does have, what, 286,000 miles on it. So, It's not brand new. We're just getting it broken in though. But overall, looks pretty good. Make sure we do not get contaminants in there, or if we do, a limited amount of contaminants. Our cam lobes are looking pretty good. None of them have any scoring on them that I can see. All of our lifter cams, yeah, everything is looking pretty good here. Not bad considering the mileage on this motor. So yeah, good deal. Little bit of schmutz in there. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and bring this thing in. We need to be careful that the gasket doesn't drop out while we're sliding this guy in. I don't think it will, but you never know. There's always a remote possibility, right? So let's start with PCV. Okay, that's on. Now we get to walk this guy into place. There we go. Okay. I think the tricky part of this is going to be trying to seat our oil seals here for our spark plug tubes. We don't want to just cram this thing on and pray that everything lines up. That would not be good. So I'm just going to try and work it in a little bit. Make sure we're lined up. You know, it might have been a wise decision to have applied some grease around these first. But, well, maybe we will do that. I don't know. Let me check that our gasket has not shifted. It looks good. It looks like it's exactly where it needs to be. So let's bring some of these screws in, just so we don't lose anything. We're at a good spot. Let's try not to mess it up, huh? Just want to start them. Start the threads on these. We're not even going to run them down yet. We're just going to start the threads. Just get them started, that's all. And then we can go about our tightening sequence. I don't know what book spec is for tightening. I did not check. I'm sure we'll be just fine. The other thing too is we can't go super duper crazy tight on these because this is a plastic valve cover, right? I mean, there's a metal insert in here that kind of prevents you from crushing everything, but only kind of. It's still possible. All right. So all the screws are in. I'm just gonna kind of run them down a little bit by hand. Just a little bit. Just till they start to snug up. I'm gonna do kind of a crisscross applesauce pattern here. Kind of starting in the middle and working outward. That's typically the best way to do it. I'm just going by hand, nothing crazy. We might make a couple of passes until we have achieved final torque. Yeah, we're getting there. The goal on this is to kind of take your time and make sure you're doing a good job, not just bang it out all willy-nilly, right? Because that's not good. The threads on this one are a little bit stiffer. Not sure what's going on there yet. Let me grab the ratchet and see if we just a little extra torque might help, or if we have, oh no, just need a little more. Okay. Baby tight, do 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 do. Oh, we gotta be careful, I don't want to get copyrighted. That would not be good. So at this point, we're just running the screws down, right? We're not actually applying any torque. Just getting everything seated. And if you want to do 2 passes, great. If you want to do 3 passes, great. Excuse me. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Okay, everything's run down. So now we're going to go through and torque. And again, we're going to do the crisscross applesauce method. I'm going to go here, then here, then here, then here, then this corner, that corner, that corner, and then the side. And then one more pass. Some of our wire loom is starting to become dust. This is not awesome, but this is also a 2005 vehicle, so kind of comes with the territory. You don't want to go crazy with the tightness on these. This is an aluminum motor, and you can easily strip threads out, and that would not be good. All right, we are good to go here. Valve cover is on. Let's see, we have PCV that needs just to come back in a teeny tiny bit. I know, my arm's in the way. I'm sorry. Wiggle it in a little bit more. There we go. Snap back into place. Get our spring-loaded hose clamp in there. Swivel that back around. Stuff her back on. Spring-loaded hose clamp. Cool. Oh, let's talk about these. These are duck-billed Knipex pliers. I use these for everything. These are amazing. Go get some. Don't take my word for it. We need to also bring in our oil filler cap. We neglected to bring that in. There you go. Look, it's facing towards the front of the car. That's how you know it's on right. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, it matters to somebody. I'm not that somebody. Wire harness bolts coming back in. Super long double extension for no reason. The reason is so that I don't have to bend over quite as far. You know, because back pain problems. Oh. Good there. All right, let's bring in the, uh-oh. Oh no! The little tabby tab that holds that in broke off. Yeah, like I said before. It's a 2005. This plastic is going to be pretty brittle at this point. So, that's not a big surprise. Oh, I forgot the dielectric grease too. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. We have dielectric grease for das Boots. Go ahead and smear it in there. Dielectric grease is not conductive, but it is a protectant against corrosion and various other things getting stuck in your boots, in das Boots. Yeah, I don't want to focus. But I'm going to repeat this process 2 more times after this. Yeah! Alright, let's get these bolted back down too. Then we'll plug them in and fire it up and make sure everything works.
Just don't bolt them down.
No, no. They're held in by gravity. That sounds like a very bad idea, sir.
It's an idea.
Yep.
And that's important.
Yeah, I guess.
Ideas are important.
Yeah, true. Maybe, or well, medium tight on that.
I think we need some new tubing for the furnace. That little pump that pumps the condensation to the sink.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I noticed there's a big puddle under there when I was cleaning my laundry out.
Okay. You can take a look at that.
Hose, I'm like, oh, it's dripping from the hose.
Yeah. Yeah, tubing or condensate pump. or both.
But it'll be a pump. It's leaking from the actual.
Oh, from the tubes?
Yeah.
Okay. Click 1. Click 2. Click 3. Click. Almost. It didn't click, but it's on there.
Why isn't it clicking?
I don't know. It ran out of clicks. Well, it's locked. I can't take it back off, so that's good. All right.
Run out of clicks.
It's in. Let's fire it up.
There's no water in there.
Valve cover. I do not know, sir, but watch your fingers because the motor is starting up.
You need to take the time to clean those knobs or the lash.
Turn off the radio. That's looking good. Sounds good. Is that de-icer? Nice. Thank you, sir. Yeah, looking good. Not too shabby.
Yeah, you're way low on this stuff.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Repair confirmed. Looking good. Super up close. Too much. No. There we go. Yeah, looks good. Sounds good. All right, I guess the last thing is to put the this little. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, not at all. Let's put our beauty cover back on and call it a day. I'm ready to be done with all things wrench related. It runs, it lives, it doesn't backfire. Or not backfire, but misfire.
Yeah.
No, it should be good. Yeah, it should be good. Until the next issue arises. Yeah, battery corrosion too. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We need to clean your engine compartment now.
Yeah, we need to clean everything. I don't have a lot of free time to do that, you know. Working all the time and stuff. All right. This looks good. Well, it was an acorn. Awesome. All right, let's call this done. I'm ready to not be hunching over anymore. Awesome. Looks good.